Welcome to day 3 of our 10-day Pilates lockdown challenge. So today we're going to go through all the exercises that we've done previously. We're going to be adding on a couple more, but remember you can always go back to the previous day, or if they don't feel right, you just leave them out. Okay, so we're going to come onto our mats. So if you can, you're going to roll down with control. You're going to reach the arms down by your sides. You're going to find that nice neutral pelvis. You're going to find that in and up of the tummy. So you're going to pull those hip bones as though they're pulling in towards the navel, and the navel is pulling down into the spine as it comes all the way up to the sternum. We're going to add in those knee floats. So remember, nothing changes. Just the legs are moving in the pelvis, in the hip sockets. Femur moving in the socket. And take the leg down. We're going to do 6. And 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to add in the leg slides, okay? So remember, don't let that pelvis sink as the leg goes long. Reach it long, and then pull in from the belly for 6. Reach it long, pull in for the belly from 5. For 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Let's go into a knee fold again. So now we're going to take this right leg, knee fold it in, keep it there. Now knee fold the left leg to meet it. So you're in a tabletop position into a toe tap. So again, pelvis stays stable. You have to pull that belly in and up to stabilize everything. So now as that leg taps down, this angle doesn't change, the pelvis doesn't change, and you're going to lift up from the belly. So the left leg angles, nothing changes. Pull that leg in by pulling in the belly. Tap it down. And bring it in. And for 3, for 2, and last 1. This time we're going to place the legs down, so take one leg down and then the other leg down to meet it. We're going to add in those ribcage arms coming straight into our 100. So here we go. Inhale the arms all the way back, thinking about reaching the entire spine long, and then exhale to press something heavy. Inhale the arms back, being mindful that that rib cage is not coming with you. Exhale, press the arms back. Inhale, reach them long. Find that length in the spine. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. And then exhale to press something heavy. Inhale, reach the arms back. This time we're going to press the arms all the way down, and our head, neck, and shoulders is going to follow as we come into our 100. Here we go. Inhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. And exhale. 2. Mind you're not tucking your pelvis. Keep that tailbone down. Remember, at any point you can put your head down. That's 70. And 80. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10. And exhale. And then lower the upper body with control. Let's come onto our sides and sit up for our half roll back. We're going to go with long arms today. So we're going to start here. So hand behind the belly of the thighs. You're going to sit up nice and tall. And then from here, pressing the feet into the mat, pressing the thigh bones into the hands and the hands into the thigh bones. You're going to draw that belly back. So now you're pulling the belly to the back of the mat as you're scooping the tailbone to the front of the mat. Keep pulling that forward as you're pulling the other one back. Find those long, straight arms, and then from here, see if you can pull the belly button back a little bit more and the tailbone a little bit forward to see if you can get the back of those hip bones on the mat. And then come all the way up. So you can keep it here, or you can add in long arms. Okay, so now the arms are reaching long, the belly's pulling back, the tailbone's reaching forward. The crown of the head is reaching to the top of the head. The crown of the head is reaching to the top of the ceiling. Okay, here we go. I'm so rubbish at these videos. All right, here we go. Pull the belly back. Reach the fingertips and the tailbone forward. Keep going. Go slowly. Keep curling everything under. Keep scooping everything back. Crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling. Trying desperately to get those back of the hip bones. And then come back up. You can either come back up or you can take them behind the thighs and pull yourself back up and sit up tall. 2 more. Rolling down. So belly button pulling back, tailbone reaching forward, fingertips reaching forward, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling. And then coming back up. Last one, we're going to go all the way down. Pull the tummy back. Reach the tailbone forward. Coming down all the way with control. Try not to let anything drop down to the mat. And then press the arms into the mat. Bring the legs in one at a time. So we have, for our single leg circles, gone with our bent leg, standing bent leg. Today we're going to go with a straight leg, but you know you can always keep the standing leg bent like we did yesterday. So now the moving leg is going to knee fold up without disturbing the pelvis, and it's going to go up to the ceiling. So the standing leg is pressing into the mat. The arms, the upper arm bones, the forearms, and the wrists are pressing into the mat. The rib cage and the sternum is sinking into the mat, and that belly is scooping and pressing into the mat. Turn that leg out at the hip socket. Okay, so now we're going to lift the leg to the left shoulder. So it goes across the body and up, down, around, and home. Across the body to the left shoulder, down, up to the right shoulder, and home. Last 3. Across, down, around, and up. Across, down, around, and up. Last one, across, down, around, and up, and reverse. So now we're going to take it up to the right shoulder. So it goes up to the right shoulder, down, up to the left shoulder, and home. Up, down, around, cross, and home. Up and over, down, across, and home. Last 3. Keep pressing the rib cage, the pelvis, the arms. Remember, nothing's moving, just the leg. Last one. And then bend that knee in, give it a little hug, and then take it long along the mat. The left leg is going to pull in. So you're pulling it in from the tummy with control. You're going to go up into a knee fold. The right leg is pressing into the mat. Reach that left leg long. Make sure the hips are square. So if you were to look up, the pelvis isn't twisted in any way. Those hip bones are perfectly aligned. Turn that leg out. Upper arm bones, wrists pressing into the mat. Ribs and sternum sinking down. Belly pulling in. Let's go for 5 circles in each direction. Here we go. Across to the right shoulder. Down, around, and up. Across, down, around, and up. And you're going to have one side that feels majorly different. And this is my horrible side. Feels like this leg is made of cement. But I want you to concentrate more on the bits that aren't moving as opposed to how heavy your leg feels. Keep pulling that belly in to take the weight of the leg. Reverse the circles. Last one. And then bend the knee. Pull that knee in, give it a little stretch. And then let's roll onto our sides and sit up for a rolling like a bowl. So heels squeezing together, elbows wide. So hands are pressing into the thigh bones and the thigh bones are pressing into the hands. Find that balance where you can just come up and the feet lift. Keep pulling the belly button back so far that it's going to rock you off your center, and you're going to inhale back just to the tips of those shoulder blades. 5 rolling like a ball. Here we go. Inhale back. And up. And back. And up. Last 2. Last one. And hold at the top. Scoot the hips back. Roll down with control for our single leg pull. Bring one leg in and then the other. So today we're doing it in a tabletop. Remember, you can always go back to this position where the leg is down like we did yesterday, which is perfectly acceptable. Otherwise, we're in this tabletop position. You're going to place the outside hand on the ankle, the inside hand on the knee. And then that left leg is going to go straight up to the ceiling, curling up. Remember to try to keep that tailbone heavy on the mat. Here we go. Elbows nice and wide, shoulder blades are drawing down. So you're going to pull, and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. One more each side. Last one. And then draw both legs in and lower the head and shoulders. Okay, we're going to go into our double leg stretch. So if it's too much for you, you can go back and do another version of your single leg stretch, the one we just did. Otherwise, both hands are going to go onto the ankles. You're going to press your tailbone down into the mat. You're going to press your hands into your shins, elbows nice and wide, and you're going to use muscles to curl yourself up. Keep the eyes in your belly. From here, we're going to inhale the arms and legs away. So the hands are going to press into your thighs. And then exhale as you pull everything in. Try to keep that tailbone down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull in. Sink the belly away from the thighs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull that belly in. The last one. Inhale, reach. And pull that belly in and lower the head down. Let's roll onto our sides and come up to seated for our spine stretch forward. So remember last week yesterday we had you could either have a block or you could have a towel underneath your hamstrings. So pick whatever you need. Sitting up nice and tall, so thinking that sternum is right over your pubic bone so that you're not leaning back or pitching forward. You're nice and lifted. The arms are right at shoulder height and shoulder distance. You're going to pull that rib cage up and in, pull that belly up and in, crown of the head reaching, and you're just going to squeeze your sit bones together a little bit, and you'll feel your whole spine lengthen. From here, you're going to nod the chin. You're going to pull that rib cage back. You're going to pull the belly back. You're going to pull your hip bones back as you reach the crown of the head and the fingertips forward. Keep reaching. When you can't reach anymore and you have no more air left in you, pull your belly button in even more so you can lift up and over yourself. And then inhale, restack the spine. Remember, you have those little barbed wire fences right here on your hips. You have to come up and over. So So we're not flattening out. 2 more. Press the heels into the mat. Squeeze the sit bones. Find that lift. Pull the rib cage in. Drop the head. Round forward. Keep reaching forward as you're pulling those hip bones back behind you. You're pulling your belly button back behind you, and you're trying to get your ribs to lift up and over yourself. And then when you have no more air, reset the spine. Last one. Inhale, lift. Squeeze those sit bones. Find the in and up of the tummy. Drop the head between the arms. Pull the rib cage in. As though it's going behind you and up to the ceiling. Pull the belly button back. Pull the hip bones back. Keep those sit bones squeezing together. Reach everything forward as though you're trying to reach your spine. Go to the opposite end of the room as you're pulling your tailbone to the other end of the room. And then reset the spine. We're going to come over onto our stomachs and we're going to do our swan prep. So our legs are in parallel, and if you can have them together, have them together. If not, they can be slightly apart. You're going to think about pushing those hip bones into the mat, the pubic bone pushing into the mat, and that belly button is drawing in and it's lifting all the way up to the tummy. And by doing this, you're protecting your low back. If you can have the legs together, squeeze your inner thighs. If you have to have them separated, imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs. So let's make that little pillow with our hands. The shoulder blades are drawing down the back. And you're going to press the head into the hands and the hand into the head. You're going to lift everything up, keep pressing the hands into the head and the head into the hands. And you're going to think about reaching the crown of the head away from the heels and the heels away from the crown of the head. As though you're like a spring being pulled in 2 directions. Hold it here, 3, 2, 1, and then lengthen to come back down. 2 more. Push the pubic bone into the mat. Push the hip bones into the mat. Lift the belly. Pull the rib cage in. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Press the head into the hand and the hand into the head. And you're going to lengthen the crown of the head away so much that the only place that it can go is up. You're not going into your low back. It's not about height. It's about length. Hold, hold, and hold. And then reach forward to come back down. 1 more. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Press the pubic bone and the hip bone into the mat. Lift the belly. Lift the rib cage. Press the head into the hands and the hand into the head. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and reach the crown of the head away from the heels. Keep pulling those shoulder blades down the back as you reach the crown of the head away. Hold, hold, hold. And then release back down. Pull the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, and push back into a child's pose for a nice, well-earned stretch. You're going to come forward onto an all falls position. So you want your knees right underneath your hip bones, and you want your wrists right underneath your shoulders. And then the rib cage is still pulling in. The belly is still lifted. The shoulder blades are still drawing down the back. So you're going to pull them down the back as though you're trying to get your armpits to your waist. The elbow pits are going to be facing it like a 45 degrees. So if they had little laser beams on them, they'd be going at diagonals. And then you're going to have to pressing the whole hand into the mat. So shoulder blades down, belly lifted, rib cage lifted, crown of the head reaching long. You're going to find this all fours position. You're going to keep your arms straight, and you're just going to take your chest towards the mat as you pull your shoulder blades together. And then you're going to push the mat away so that your shoulder blades go wide. Nothing else is changing in the body. So the shoulder blades are pulling together, and the shoulder blades are pressing apart. The shoulder blades pull together, and the shoulder blades pull apart. 1 more, the shoulder blades pull together, and they press apart. Now you're going to find somewhere just in the middle. You're still pulling those armpits down to your waist, so the shoulder blades are drawing down the back. And you're going to take your left leg and you're going to reach it long, but I don't want to see any sinking. Reach the leg long and then pull it in. Other side. Remember, no sinking. The hips stay square. And then pull in. This time, if you want to lift the leg, you can lift the leg. So reach it long and see if you can lift it from your hamstring, not your back. Let the leg go and pull it in. Other side. The leg lifts from the hamstring and the glute. And in. We're going to add in the arms now. So make sure your weight is evenly on your knees and you're pressing your shins and your feet. This time, place all the weight in your left arm as you take the right arm out. And you know, you can just slide it along the mat and pull in. Other side. Ooh, this side's hard. And yet, you're going to have one side that feels really weak. And you're trying your hardest not to shift from side to side. And by all means, if there's any part where you feel like you need to come off your wrists, then come off your wrists. Take the arm out long and pull in. We're going to add in Superman. So you can keep it to the legs, the arms, or you can add in both. So we're doing a cross body, cross directional. Okay, so let's go right leg, left arm. So let's go right leg first. Make sure you're not twisted. Pull that belly in. Then you're going to take the left arm. Nothing is shifting. And then pull in the leg, pull in the arm. Other side. Left leg, reach it long, pull the belly in, and the opposite arm. And then pull in. One more each side. Left leg, right arm. And in. And then pull the tummy, tuck the tailbone, and send your hips back towards your heels. And we are finished for day 3.